Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Channel Futures TV. I'm James Anderson, joined today by Jason Bystrak, who's the SVP of the Modern Solutions Business Unit at D&H Distributing. Jason, welcome to CFTV.
Hey, thanks, James. It's great to be with you today.
Likewise. So I'd love to hear about some of these initiatives around AI that D&H has cooking. Could you talk about how D&H is leading the channel with your GoBIG AI initiative?
Absolutely. So I believe we were the first distributor to really launch a comprehensive AI program, and we named it the GoBIG AI program. And really what our North Star is, and the reason we launched it, is that there's a lot of confusion out in the marketplace as far as what is AI, and almost more importantly, how do our channel partners go out there and monetize it? So what the goal of the program is to kind of demystify all the information coming at them from every different vendor and the news media and everywhere else, and simplify it to bite-sized, actionable things that they can do to really help their end customers capture the AI opportunity and optimize their profit while doing so. So we've been in market with that for several months now, and we're getting great results and really seeing great uptake and partner adoption of some of the training that we're doing. We launched a campaign this year to really go out and train up to 5,000 partners is the target. And when our co-president, Dan Schwab, threw that number out there, it was a bit daunting at first, but I'm excited that we're making great progress to that number as we're just past the halfway point through the calendar year.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on the work there and the uptick that you're seeing. Tell us more about the D&H AIM model. How does that model support partner needs?
You got it. So the AIM model, AIM stands for Assess, Implement, and Manage. And it's the way that we've constructed the D&H professional services catalog to help our partners. So the way it works in practice, essentially, is that when we're scoping out a solution opportunity or bill of materials for a partner, we have this reference architecture through the AIM catalog where we will help that partner understand the services that will wrap around it and frankly are required to implement and manage the solution. So to give you a simple example, if we're talking about an AI rollout, there needs to be a pre-sales assessment that looks at what the business case is, how they're going to organize their data, how they're going to roll it out, what the costs are going to be, the training programs and all of that. That's a monetized service, right? Second would be the implementation. How does that solution get installed? Do people get trained on it? Security features enabled and everything that needs to happen. Again, that's a service that the partners have to make sure is delivered. And then lastly, the M, that's the post-sales experience management. So everything from remotely monitoring and managing that environment to providing help desk services, refresh services, security patches, software patches, and everything that goes on there. Those are the M's. So we say to the partner that, hey, in that AI solution, for example, these services are going to happen. The question is, are you doing those services, or is your end user's IT department, or is your competition? And if the answer is that they don't have those skills or maybe enough scale to do it, or the competitors in there, we can step up and offer those services through D&H. So we give them a statement of work, with a quote to do those services. They put their margin on it, right? And then we deliver that in a white label model to allow them to show up bigger and deliver and monetize all those services around that solution. And AIM is a process that we use across our entire solution catalog. Certainly AI is the latest and greatest, but we do that across the entire portfolio that we offer.
Yeah, that's a great gap to be filling there on that services layer. I'd love to hear a little more about the AI initiative, particularly the key vendors that are involved in that. So what vendors are kind of highlighted in that, and then how are their portfolios evolving around AI?
Great question, James. So when we look at AI, there's really kind of two primary areas, right? One is going to be the endpoint devices that are AI powered and are used by specific users. And then the other is going to be more the enterprise play that comes with it, like what happens in the data center and the IT infrastructure to support AI. So a number of different vendors are working with us, but some of the featured ones that are very heavily invested would be Microsoft. Certainly what they're doing with Copilot is a big deal, right? I think it's one of the most tangible AI solutions that can be implemented. Next would be Intel. And the AI-powered chips that they have in their devices are game changers, right, in driving AI PCs and Copilot PCs. And then certainly we can't forget about Qualcomm, similar to Intel, they've got some fantastic chips that are AI enabled and powered as well. And lastly, Logitech. There's a lot of AI use cases for what's happening in the video collaboration space right now. So those are the four big vendors we're working with. But I will tell you that, across our portfolio, whether it's HP, Dell, Lenovo, Cisco, right, all the vendors that we're working with have AI plays that are being represented through the GoBIG AI program.
Fantastic. Do you mind, you had mentioned like data center, do you mind touching a little bit more on the relationship between AI and infrastructure solutions?
Yeah, that's a good question because we're getting a lot of interest in that right now. So, even if you take something like Microsoft Copilot, right, which is, kind of a packaged AI platform that is obviously getting great market adoption right now, and you're using it with one of those new AI PCs, right? That's all goodness, but there's work that has to happen within the IT infrastructure of the data center. And really what it comes down to is you need to organize your data, first of all, to make things accessible when you want to incorporate in-house data, right? Or data that you have across your enterprise to be able to use in an AI experience, right? And as soon as you start to realize that you're organizing that data, that's going to create storage opportunities within the data center to make sure you're optimizing the storage, have the right access to it. You need to make sure you have the right compute in place, right? And to be able to serve that data up into the AI module that you're using, such as Copilot, right? And then, of course, as soon as you're starting to access data, security becomes a concern. So it quickly turns into a security assessment discussion to make sure that you've got the right policies in place when you're implementing that solution so that the wrong kind of data doesn't end up in somebody else's hands or outside the company, right? I think the last thing you want to see is your payroll exposed on the internet for somewhere or using someone else's large language module, right? As they're starting to go out there and implement AI solutions. So that whole part of it is really a consultative play, but it often leads to a hardware and software solution that can be monetized for our channel partners as well. So that would be the example I would give in the enterprise.
Thanks for sharing on that side, Jason. Final words before we close?
Well, we're really excited about everything that's happened this year momentum-wise. I mean, AI is a huge talking point. And one of the things we always say is that AI gets you the meeting, right? If you can't go out there and articulate that you have an AI strategy and can help your customers who are hearing about this everywhere, they're unlikely to be very interested in talking about new IT projects because they're being asked by their board of directors, their owners, however they're set up to determine what they're going to do with AI and how that's going to impact their business. So the successful channel partners we're working with are leading with those conversations, and we're excited to make that easy for them, as well as have all the different products and services that they can take to market and optimize the profit opportunity.
Exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining, Jason, and sharing about what D&H is up to with AI and beyond.
You got it, James. Really appreciate the time today and look forward to seeing you soon.